Hello, my name is Brittany McManus, and this is going to be my presentation over the movie review that I watched, which was Silver Linings Playbook. This movie was directed by David O. Russell and released in 2012. It followed a compelling storyline with complex characters and sensitive portrayal of mental health issues, including bipolar disorder and depression. It stars Bradley Cooper, Robert De Niro, Jackie Weaver, Chris Tucker, and Jennifer Lawrence. I'm going to give a brief summary of the movie and different things that were important in the plot. Bradley Cooper played a character named Pat Salatino Jr., who had been recently discharged from a mental health facility into his parents' care, moving back in with them. He is a former teacher, and all he wants to do is rebuild his life and reunite with his estranged wife, Nikki, who he broke up with because she was cheating on him, and he caught them cheating and got into a major fight with the guy who she was cheating with, which is how he ended up in the mental health facility in the first place. Pat has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and we see different features and symptoms of that throughout the film, and that'll be discussed on the next slide. He meets a woman named Tiffany Maxwell who is dealing with her own psychological struggles after the death of her husband, and they end up developing a unique bond after Tiffany offers to help Pat reconnect with Nikki if he agrees to be her dance partner in a competition. As mentioned in the previous slide, the DSM disorder that was portrayed in this film was bipolar disorder. Pat was the one who had that, which is one of the main characters played by Bradley Cooper. Bipolar disorder is a mental health condition characterized by extreme shifts in mood, energy levels, and behavior. Pat was experiencing manic episodes of heightened energy, impulsivity, and euphoria, followed by depressive episodes marked by sadness, hopelessness, and a loss of interest in activities. This was all a betrayal of how the disorder was kind of being an intruder into his life. It disrupted his personal and professional life by causing the heightened anger and the heightened mood swings, which caused him to be ordered to stay in the mental facility, leading to a split in his marriage and having to come back out of that to rebuild his whole life again. Other possible diagnoses that I noticed when watching the film would have been borderline personality disorder, which is BPD, and this is because Pat displays impulsive and self-destructive behavior throughout the film. Another diagnosis could be post-traumatic stress disorder, and this is because his intense emotional reactions to certain triggers, such as the song When He Heard My Cherry Armor, and how he reacted to that because of his extreme wife. In terms of the causes of Pat's bipolar disorder, the film did not explicitly suggest any specific causes. However, it is known that bipolar disorder can have a genetic component, meaning that it can run in the family, and it also is believed that environmental factors such as history of trauma or stressful life events can contribute to the development of bipolar disorder. In the movie, Pat's father, Pat Sr., was portrayed having symptoms of OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. This can be an indication that Pat's bipolar disorder was because of a genetic component, since mental health issues run in his family. In the film, Pat received various types of treatment for his bipolar disorder. One of the main treatments depicted was the psychotherapy, and specifically the cognitive behavior therapy that he was doing, which is CBT. Pat was working with his therapist to identify and challenge negative thought patterns and to develop healthier coping strategies. For example, his therapist helps him recognize his tendency to uproot situations and encourages him to reframe his thoughts. In addition to the therapy, Pat is also prescribed medication to help manage his bipolar symptoms, but it doesn't include the exact medication in the film of what he was taking. This film did provide a realistic depiction of bipolar disorder, capturing the highs and the lows that are experienced by Pat living with bipolar disorder. His manic episodes are showcased through his unpredictable behavior, impulsive decisions, and a rapid speech. These scenes effectively demonstrate the frenetic energy associated with this disorder. Conversely, his depressive episodes are depicted through his withdrawn demeanor, emotional instability, and difficulty finding joy in daily activities. These filmmakers have taken care to accurately portray the symptoms, ensuring that viewers gain insight into the challenges faced by those who are living with bipolar disorder. An example of this would be when he was at his parents' house after he left the mental health facility, and he wakes up in the middle of the night to look for his wedding video of him and Nikki, and he can't find it. So he becomes very frantic, and his mood is swinging from happiness to anger. He wakes up his mom and his dad, and he tries to get them to help finding the video, and it becomes a big uproar within the whole neighborhood involving the police and everything. And this is a good depiction of how bipolar can take your mood from 0 to 100 and then back down to 0 within a time frame of minutes. In conclusion, this is a movie that I would recommend for those who are seeking to learn about bipolar disorder, because it does accurately depict and portray the disorder and the different symptoms that people face who live with this disorder. It was compelling to watch. I enjoyed the plot and the storyline. I enjoyed the characters that they chose to portray these disorders. And I liked that there was more than one disorder that was taught throughout the film, because Tiffany also was dealing with her different versions of depression because of the trauma she was facing as well. And then his father was facing the things going on with OCD. And there was just a bunch of information that I learned about mental health in this film. Thank you guys for listening to this. Here's a list of the references that I used throughout the film, including a link to watch the movie on Hulu. Thank you.